A developing story tonight, a historic win for abortion rights activists at the nation's highest court. In a 5-3 decision, the Supreme Court struck down regulations that the state of Texas tried to impose on abortion providers. ABC's Megan Hughes has details.
It felt like a party for abortion rights groups outside the court after the most consequential ruling in a generation.
This victory gives us the opportunity to march state by state, legislature by legislature, rule by rule, bill by bill, and reclaim women's health and rights across this country 100%, no burdens on any woman anywhere.
Justice Breyer, writing the majority opinion, found that Texas laws did in fact put an undue burden on abortion access for women. Lawyers representing the state of Texas and anti-abortion activists argued the regulations were about safety.
I'm clearly pro-life, but if someone's going to have an abortion, I want them to have it in the safest possible environment.
The laws required abortion clinics be more like surgical centers and that doctors have admitting privileges at a nearby hospital. Critics pointed out that since the law was enacted, half of the clinics in Texas closed. By striking down the Texas laws 5-3,
now, Whole Women's Health and the other clinics in the state of Texas will remain open.
it also set a precedent for the country.
So I think states that are considering passing new abortion laws are going to have to read the decision very closely when deciding what they're going to be able to do. And I do think there will be many challenges to existing abortion regulations in light of this opinion.
Justice Clarence Thomas writing the dissent. He's concerned this undermines state legislatures when it comes to the medical justification of abortion laws. Megan Hughes, ABC News, the Supreme Court.
Now here in Indiana, the Supreme Court's big decision on abortion ignited a firestorm of debate. Some local leaders calling it a step in the right direction to protect the constitutional rights of women, while others believe the decision puts women at a greater risk if there are complications during an abortion procedure.
The Supreme Court decision was about health and safety standards in clinics and whether doctors will have to act like other doctors and be accountable for their work. And the Supreme Court just threw the women under the bus.
I think the court here has reaffirmed its prior precedent and has made it quite clear that these regulations that states have attempted to add to abortion for no reason other than to make it more difficult are in fact unconstitutional.
Republican Indiana Senator Dan Coates issuing a statement which says, in part, I am troubled that the Supreme Court ruled against this common sense Texas statute, potentially jeopardizing the lives of both mother and child. And this from Democratic Senator Joe Donnelly. As a pro-life senator, I believe all life is sacred, and I am committed to protecting the sanctity of life. The Supreme Court has ruled on this case, and I respect the decision. Now, here in Indiana, we are awaiting a ruling by a federal judge on the state's new abortion law that's set to take effect on Friday. The ruling will determine if new restrictions on abortion can go into effect. That law bans abortions on the basis of a fetus's race, sex, or ancestry, of the presence of the fetal genetic abnormalities, and requires an aborted fetus to be buried or cremated.